Ahoy visitors of Virtual World, it's me Patronaut, and here I am with an update on the RMA of my monitor, the ASUS VG34 VA panel. I inspected it visually and it seems there are like no broken edges or scratches. Well, there is one scratch at the back. And I'm just about to peel off the panel, but I will turn the monitor around so you can see what I'm talking about. Where is the scratch, which wasn't there before? So here is a little scratch. Yeah, it's not a big deal though. And what I'm more concerned about is that they also changed the board of the screen, it seems, the LCD panel and the board as well, and I don't know, but it seems it's not aligned well. I suppose it wasn't like this before, and you can see at the power connector as well. And yeah, see, if I just push a little bit down, it seems it's not well aligned. Yeah, sorry for my camera. Yeah, see the gap? And now if I push it down, now it seems better. But it's like the alignment is also, it seems like it's going in an angle, like it's not properly aligned. Shall we peel it off? It's a nice sound, isn't it? Alrighty. Quick visual inspection. Seems to be alright. Well, I'm going to turn it on and I am going to check whether there is a light bleed around the edges, because as I just said, they changed the panel. And I'm also going to check if there are any dead pixels and whether the performance of the overdrive and the variable refresh rate is the same, because on the papers they sent back, they changed the board, as I said, and it's supposed to be version 2 of the board, so maybe there are some changes there as well. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's see the alignment of the panel. It seems to be not too bad, but yeah, it's not perfect either. They managed to fix the dead pixels, but they introduced another issue. And the issue is that my HDR is not working anymore. Now, as you can see, the screen is, well, normal. The colors are normal. But if I change the Windows settings to HDR on, the colors will be washed out. Yes, and the colors are completely washed out. If I go into Windows HDR color settings, you can see everything seems to be in order, except of this short example or preview video, which should be shown correctly, but it's completely broken with HDR on. And even if I go into the monitor's OSD, you will see that the HDR is actually off. So that's the issue. Windows is saying it's on, but the monitor itself is somehow not getting the signal, or it's getting the signal incorrectly. I'm not sure. I suppose it's some kind of communication issue between Windows and the main board of the firmware of the monitor. Before it was working just fine, with the same laptop. And actually I tried it on my desktop PC as well. Same issue, same behavior. As you can see in advanced display settings, Windows says it's running 10-bit high dynamic range, but the monitor does not seem to agree with that. If I turn off HDR, suddenly everything is alright. Let's see Windows HD color settings. This is how that example video is supposed to look like. Alright. While servicing my monitor, they actually changed the entire LCD panel and they also changed the mainboard to version 2. So I would like to test out whether the version 2 mainboard improves the overdrive of my monitor. So let's test this out. Unfortunately, it's not going to be exactly the same conditions, since the HDR is not working currently with my monitor. Before it was working and it was active during Star Wars Squadrons as well. Now it will be turned off. But I set the refresh rate to 100 Hz and it was set before to 100 Hz as well. So let's just confirm it. Okay, so display settings, it's just display and it's set to 100 Hz. Okay, not HDR, just SDR, but the HDR is not working, so I cannot test under the same conditions. Okay, let's try it out then. Alright guys, so here I am in Star Wars Squadrons, running around 100 FPS in game. The adaptive sync is turned on. As you can see, the refresh rate of the monitor is variable, HDR is off. I already explained why before it was on. Let's see. Let's try without overdrive, okay? Alright guys, so this time I'm going to record in 30 FPS, but it's going to be more stable. So I think in the last video the shakiness of the video was too much, so I was recording it in 60 FPS, and unfortunately my mobile does not have stabilization on 60 FPS. So this time let's try 30 FPS 4K. First let's try without overdrive activated. You can see a little bit of black smearing delayed in the window as before. Also there are no any discoloration trails without overdrive. Yeah, there is some amount of black smearing but no discoloration. Okay, let's now try overdrive at setting 20, which was the sweet spot before. Let's see. Yes guys, I think the artifacts there are less artifacts than before. I think it works better. The overdrive at level 20 works better. The picture is considerably smoother, not as much black smearing happening, and there are hardly any discolorations on the screen. Yes, it's better, it's better. It looks better. Alright, now let's try overdrive at level 20. Let's see. Let's do a smooth, slow movement. Look out for any discolorations. It's again visible in the panel. And this panel over there, see? But it's better as well. I think it's better. Even at 40, it's considerably better than it used to be. So, yeah, that's a good thing. It's not that obtrusive as it used to be. It's much better managed. Now let's try 60, which is the default setting for overdrive. I can definitely see a little bit more discoloration trails and overshoot, but again, it's much less than it used to be before. Yes, definitely. Now I'm curious whether the difference between SDR and HDR could be the reason why this time it looks better and the discoloration is less. It's still visible, but it's less visible. You can see it on the door, for example. On the lady, as you can see her shadow. But it's better. Okay, let's try 80. Yeah, it's starting to become, it's becoming very visible at 80, I would say. Yeah, it's still not bad as before though. Even at 80, it's better. I would say at 80 it's like it used to be at 60. That's my feeling. That's my feeling, guys. And now let's try 100. Yeah, we are getting a lot of discoloration at 100. Just as before, maybe a bit less. Before I think it was more. You can see a lot of discolor trails, overshoot happening due to the overdrive. Overshooting, pixel response time. Alright, I think 20 is still the winner. But this time 20 with better performance, less artifacts. And it still improves the response time, but there is a lot less discoloration happening. So finally I think there is some usable setting for overdrive which is not as intrusive for eyes as it used to be. So I think the mainboard version 2 helped, or it might be due to the fact that I disabled HDR and it's able to handle overdrive without HDR better. I'm not sure. You can judge for yourself whether this is acceptable for you or not. Maybe it's a bit hard to see in the video, it's better visible. with your own eyes, I suppose. Thanks for watching. Bye.